Hello and welcome to episode 5 of deValiante Plays Arcade Spirits by Fiction Factory Games. This visual novel is part of Humble Bundle's bundle for racial justice and equality. Arcade Spirits is categorically a dating sim visual novel, though it does have the option to be played with no romance. However, I am playing with romance on. There is some mild to strong language, so please proceed at your own discretion. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Level 5, Under the Boardwalk. It is the future year 20XX, and romance is in the air. Ew. Or at least romance will be in the air if Iris has anything to say about it. Also, I'm not actually in that glorious 20XX neon metropolis today. I'm about 134.7 miles south of it. Are there any secret penguins? That's much better. These people look like penguins. That looks like a penguin. But I don't see any actual secret penguins. Why aren't you in a bathing suit? Ah, to smell the sea salt, the saltwater taffy, the baking hot sands. It's just like I remember. You've never been to Flotsam Beach before, Juniper. Well, it's just like I remember you remembering it was then.
Definitely.
Yes, this is definitely one of my better ideas. Top 10, maybe top 5 ideas. What a fantastic way to celebrate your success at the Funplex! As a reward for your hard work, we return to the beach where you first played Wyvern Keep, where your family spent their summer vacations. Oh, how sentimental. My heart. I can't. I feel the need to say something pithy and dismissive in the face of her unrelenting cheer, but, to be honest, I'm definitely smiling. This place holds so many dear memories for me before my parents lost their jobs and we began the downward spiral of bad family luck. We loved coming to Flotsam Beach. And coming back here, for sure, is a treat.
Yes.
This place is great! Sand and sea and that boardwalk. All those little shops and the best fried food the East Coast can provide, and arcades aplenty, and seashells and airbrushed t-shirts and plastic sunglasses, and I want to see it all. I want to do it all. I think you're more excited about this than I am, Juniper. You're excited too? Don't deny it, Diva.
Later.
Okay, I'm gonna get changed in my swimsuit before the others get here. Be right back. The others. Right. That was the second part of Juniper's plan. See? That this wasn't just a treat for me, but for everybody associated with the Funplex. We'd have to drive down here in groups and pay for our own hotel rooms to keep the cost down, but soon enough, a Saturday outing for all staff and VIPs had become a reality. It was real sweet of her to include everyone in on the trip. We worked hard to make the Funplex Suplex a success. I certainly couldn't have done it without help from my friends. Within the next hour, there would be 9 of us bouncing around in swimsuits, making sandcastles and buying cheap souvenirs and playing seaside arcade games. And hopefully not accidentally drowning into the tides as my inner lifeguard felt need to warn. One day of fun in the sun for everyone. And as for this evening...
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep, Diva. Well, Iris had other plans for me.
Well? Have you decided yet? Have you? Time's running out, you know.
With a sigh, I pull out my phone, summoning my digital djinn. And why is time running out exactly?
I've run the numbers and calculated a 99.97% chance of romantic success if you take your special someone on a moonlit seaside stroll. It's the perfect confluence of all projected event vectors that will lead you to love and happiness. Romance is in the air. Can't you feel it?
Right, now all I feel is slightly overheated. I need to go change.
Yes! Yes! Good. Put on your sexy swimwear. It'll improve my projections.
Ew. She's been going on and on about this ever since finding out about the beach trip. Iris, why the sudden obsession with finding me a special someone anyway? I turned my life around, I found a job, I found a dream even. To make something of the fun flex to let it grow and shine, you've done well helping me with that. This is the happiest I've been in years, honestly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, I've tried workplace romance before, back in the shoe shop days, and it worked out for a while until I realized we weren't soulmates. A high-quality dad joke. Point is, I know I said I'd be open-minded about this sort of thing. I haven't forgotten what we talked about the day I joined the Funplex, but now that I'm faced with it, I'm not sure. Diva, you've spent weeks getting to know these people. You've even taken a few of them out to lunch. Okay, 1 and 2, what if I just make things awkward for everyone? 3 and 4, what if I can't decide who to approach? What if I'm not just ready? What if I'm just not ready to start dating again? Okay, so 5 and 6. I had a phone. There it is. Alright, dice app. 6! My last date was during the shoe shop days. I'm kind of rusty. That long ago, huh? How'd that one end? Can't you just search my social media history and find out? I could, but I'm trying to respect your privacy more. Plus, hearing it in your own words will help my emotional analysis. Oh, okay. Well, it ended not great. I lost my job. I guess I was pretty mopey and in a bad place emotionally. There were some fights. I'm not sure I'm ready to land in that kind of situation again. But you aren't in that situation, are you? You said it yourself. You've turned your life around. You found a job, a dream, and friends to share it with. I think you're in a healthier place right now. You've got a lot to offer. More than, shattered hopes and despair. She's got a point. I'm on top of the world right now. I feel good about myself and my position in the universe. That's not like I'm romance averse. I've had various relationships in the past, and considering I would say they were mostly normal. Still, I better be careful. Emotionally healthy or not, I like to avoid adding a broken heart to my current achievement unlocks.
My sources say yes.
Trust me, Diva, this is your moment. But you don't have to decide right now. In fact, you shouldn't. Take the day with all your friends to really think about it. After dinner, I'll have finished my number crunching, and we'll have your final relationship scores. That'll help guide your decision. Let's take a look. Behold, weeks of emotional data fully analyzed. So I don't know what the star means. I really don't. So far, I think you'd be a good match with Naomi. You spent a lot of time with her, and she really likes you. Maybe even likes you. So, that's it? It's decided?
No. The points are just a guide. And it's not like I'm gonna force you to woo someone just because they're your top match. I still need to calculate how well your personality matches what they're looking for. That'll net you bonus points. Consider it food for thought, you know? And you've still got the rest of today to see who you're a good fit for. Maybe cram in some more time with them. Anyway, keep an open mind, yeah? By the way, according to GPS, your potential romances will be here in less than 2 minutes. Have fun!
I hastily jam my phone back in my pocket before anyone can hear that. Dang it, Iris, I could have just chillaxed by the sea. Maybe found that old arcade where I once played Wyvern Keep and had a pleasant time. But now I need to be sizing up romantic partners. Although, maybe there is someone I've been getting close to. Someone I think I wouldn't mind being closer to, in fact. And it has been a long time since I've felt like I could even try having someone to share my life with. Maybe it's time to look for love again. But for now, I decide to focus on the day ahead. Fun in the sun. Good, clean, fun in the sun. Very innocent and chaste fun in the sun. Sure, I can do that, right? Hello, Flotsam! Your queen has arrived. Morning, Diva. Is this the private game of beach blanket bingo, or can we join in? Innocent, chaste, fun, in the sun. Where can I set up my parasol? And how's the surf? Teo was thinking of doing some surfing. I rarely get a chance to surf these days. Looking forward to breaking out my old board and hitting the waves. I was going to play Beach Boys all the way down here from the city to help get in the mood, but Queen Bee vetoed it. Hey, if you want a free ride in my beloved Bee-mobile with your board strapped to my roof, you listen to my music, Mr. Dance Pants. Oh, hey, there's the perfect spot. Let's set up there.
Catch you later.
I better go help her. See you there. I suddenly feel a bit inadequate in terms of proper beach bottom and attire. We're here!
Excellent.
Ah, good. Queen Bee brought an umbrella. Yeah, I don't really tan so much as burn to a crisp. Honestly, I'm mostly here for shopping in the arcades. I'm curious to see how the arcades are run as well. Maybe I can talk to a manager, get some tips for how to handle a very transient audience.
Ugh.
I meant to play them, not to study them. Sheesh, Gavin. We're not here to work. Can't I do both? I'll go join the others for now, though it's been a long drive. I'd love to stretch out a bit.
See ya.
Ooh, me too. I'm so cramped up from sitting in that van. Wait for me. Stretching. Yes, stretching is good. Flex those muscles.
Ooh.
Alright, the beach! I haven't been to a beach in ages. Not since my sign spinning days promoting the funnel cake place. And I guess there was that one time we did a beach shoot, but that was like last summer. So yes, ages ago. Feels good to be back in the sun. Last beach I went to was back in England, considerably more cold and overcast than this, afraid. And before you ask, because Ashley already asked again and again on the drive down here, I'm not going to explode in direct sunlight. My condition is quite stable today. Sorry, Percy, but you are a part of the crew. That means we care about you. I promise, though, we won't treat you like you made a class. You're still good old Percy to us.
Much obliged.
Thanks, love. All the same, I think I'll grab a spot under the umbrella before all the good shade is taken. As for me, last one in the water is the landlubber. Water, yes, getting wet and cooling down. Party!
Hello, dearie.
Afraid my bikini days are behind me, but I'm happy to be here all the same. I do so love to be out in the sun. Lovely beaches, lovely weather, lovely people. Good to see all three present and accounted for.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I rented an extra parasol and some chairs for Miss Francine and I. And for you too, Diva. Plenty of room if we squeeze in.
My oh my.
How cozy. Well, okay then. This is a new context for me to be observing these people in. But fun in the sun, right? Above all else, this is to be a day of celebration and cheer over the success of the Funplex. With that firmly in mind, I join everyone and we get this beach party started. Although it doesn't take long for the group to start splitting up. There's just too much to see, too much to do. I know from my vacations here as a kid that you can't really try everything in one day. But unlike me, they're noobs. And as an adult, I know how to budget my time to do the things I really want to do and hang out with the people I really want to hang out with. Despite my attempts at good, clean fun, Iris's words are still running through my head. By evening, I need to make a decision. That means if I'm seriously going to make a move, like she's suggesting I do, I should spend my time wisely leading up to that move. So, what's next? Alright, we got 4 choices. 1 is Naomi and Ashley are making sandcastles. 2, Gavin and Queen Bee just found a volleyball. 3, Teo and Percy are playing Kearney games. And 4, Juniper's talking with her Iris, it seems. 1, Naomi and Ashley are making sandcastles. In the distance, I see what appears to be a myriad of sandcastles, which makes sense. I may not be worried if there's a whole bunch of not sandcastles on the beach. During my many beach outings as a kid, there were always multiple sandcastle competitions going on. And in front of me, our own Funplex fabricators have entered the fray. With Naomi being our arcade builder and Ashley with all of her cosplay craftiness, it's no wonder why these two are up for the sandcastle challenge. As I jog over to them, I see Ashley laughing over her castle and Naomi meticulously measuring something on her citadel. How goes the castling?
Amazing!
Great! Do you see all these amazing sandcastles? They're all so cute! Properly made sandcastles are cute, Ashley. Oh, then what are they, Naomi? Assuming they're not just made by kids for funsies, a proper sandcastle can be a structural masterpiece.
Wonderful.
Every grain of sand must be in its proper spot, or the whole thing comes crashing down. If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Naomi says this without lifting her eyes away from her castle. She's so completely focused that I don't think she's blinking, even. And what exactly are you doing, Naomi?
Let me explain.
I'm making sure each embrasure is equidistant around the tower. Otherwise, it'll all be an asymmetrical mess. Makes sense. I take a moment to actually appreciate their castles. Naomi is a structural masterpiece, straight, perfect edges with bold, flat walls, which produced an almost perfect medieval castle. She even added an ocean water moat complete with drawbridge. Ashley's is equally impressive too. It's a soft, fluffy fantasy castle. The foundation is made of sculpted sand clouds, like an elegant castle in the sky, complete with spiral staircases encircling slightly slanted towers. So I take it you both entered the competition? Of course. You know it, Diva. You should make one too. It's not too late. Yeah, I think there's still half an hour left of the competition. And since it's at amateur level, latecomers are allowed. But both of you have made extraordinary castles. My architectural skills are somewhat lacking in the sandcastle area. Those sound like some sad excuses. They're perfectly good excuses, Ashley. It's not like we're professional sandcastlers either, Diva. It's not about winning. Naomi looks over at Ashley's, who's giving her a smile accompanied by a questioning look. Okay, it's a little about winning. I mean, I'm super try-harding this and trying to win with a perfectly constructed little castle. But for me, mostly it's about setting out a challenge for myself and completing it properly. There's nothing more satisfying than that. Plus, we'll be here helping you do it. How do you plan on helping me start a castle while you be completing your own? It sounds difficult. We're almost done with ours anyway. Yep. If we have 3 castles in the competition, that's one more chance for us to bring home the gold.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Come on, join us.
Yes!
Join us, Diva. Join us. Hand over that tiny plastic shovel. I'd rather just help both of you out. No, thanks. Diva's good back here. Let's go ahead and do this. When I was younger, I remember watching sand sculptors carefully craft their castles. I would watch for hours, just staring in awe. I made my fair share of them too, trying to imitate the professionals, but they were never more than lumps of sand that vaguely indicated shapes. I'm not that competitive, like Naomi said. It's just for fun, so why not? I'm going to need a bucket, a melon baller, and a funnel. Stat.
Yes!
That's the spirit, Diva! I just put the finishing touches on mine. Let me help you get that base started. Naomi, Ashley, and I dug our hands into the sand and started shoveling, pouring, and constructing. So what are you going to name your castle? Huh? You can't just make a sandcastle and not give it an epic name. Ashley has a solid point. To give it a name is to give it life. I have names for all my important tools back in the shop, too.
So beautiful.
My soldering iron is named Melty. My multimeter is named Zappy. My rom burner is named Sir Romulus Romanov III. Maybe something quite... Maybe not something quite that grand for me. How about the Funplex? Both Ashley and Naomi bust up laughing. That's very appropriate. The Funplex is practically a castle, right? What if we make it look like the Funplex? It already looks like it, kind of. That's because the Funplex is just a box, and we've only made the foundation of our castle. What if we can carve in the sign and the double front doors? Naomi happily starts putting the details on the sand Funplex, while Ashley and I cheer her on. That looks so good, Naomi! You're so good at having steady hands. You really should join me in making some cosplay. You'd be great! Making costumes does sound fun, but I'm not sure if I can handle all the pressure of people looking at me. I usually work alone, you know? We don't have to do it at a con or anything. We can just get dressed up and prance around the forest. That's a bit more my style. Well, except maybe for the bugs and poison ivy and stuff. We continue chatting as we construct the sandfront castle. Grain by grain, it takes semblance of the actual Funplex. We managed to finish it just in time before the judging commences. Here comes the judge. The officiant at the Sandcastle challenge comes toward us and looks over the castles. With an arbiter's eye, they glance over ours and nod in respect of a job well done. I didn't even realize I was holding my breath in anticipation, and once the Sandcastle judge leaves us, I let out a huge sigh. I think that's a good sign, right? The nod? That means we did it. We're gonna win! There's still many others out there to judge, but I'd say a nod counts nicely as a compliment. But which one? Whose sand skills will reign supreme? Diva, what do you think? Who's got the winner chicken dinner? Who, me? I'm not a judge of fine sandcastles. Just do it for funsies. Let's hear what you think. The Sand Funplex because all three of us worked on it. The three of us did such a good job with our Sandy arcade, and I'm so proud of it. How could we not win with this? Right. It's the most accurate replication I've seen of the Funplex. It's also the only replication of the Funplex. I wonder how hard it would be to fix the tiny little sand cabinets in there. Not as difficult as running the tiny sand ticket counter. I'm glad the Funplex is not actually made of sand. Imagine the constant sand in your pants. No, thank you. Oh, I think they just finished tallying up the scores. We wait not so patiently as the judge makes their round across the beach. I see them stop next to a particularly dramatic-looking sandcastle. Pulling out a bright blue ribbon, they prop it up next to the castle, which means...
Poops.
double poop. Don't feel too down. If it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. How very pragmatic of you, Diva. We did have a blast, though. But I hate losing. We just gotta win next year, Naomi. Maybe if we all three of us join forces again, we can build the best sandcastle this beach has ever seen. We should spend more time practicing more, which means more beach trips. I like that. I'm in. Great! Next year, Team Ashley is going to eradicate the competition. I think you mean Team Naomi? You two can fight over that next year. I think I'm covered in enough sand for a while. I'm gonna see about being slightly less sandy. I hear ya, but Naomi and I are done here. We've got one last thing we gotta do. Oh, what's that? Destroy our creations. I'll leave you to it then. I'm a mighty dragon. Fear me, tiny sand people. Both of them smile widely at each other and laugh. Walking away, I can hear the sounds of devastation behind me. I peek one last time to see the castles come crashing down before I set my eyes forward. So what next? Okay. So this one's gonna be a D6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 2. So we're just gonna go in order. Queen Bee and Gavin have taken up a friendly little sports competition here in the sand. Beach volleyball has always been a favorite pastime of beachcombers. It's fun, competitive, and what's not to love about watching athletic people show off their, skills. Granted, when my family got together to play, we just ended up hitting the volleyball around and never really kept track of the points. But it was always something I enjoyed, even if I wasn't very good at it. Maybe Gavin and Queen Bee will let me join in the fun. If I'm lucky, I'll even get to bump, set, and spike it. As I jog closer to them, Gavin is occupying the far half of the court. Closer to me is Queen Bee's side of the sand court. It's easy to see that both of them have expressions of sheer determination on their faces. Gavin is cool, calm, and collected, while Queen Bee is grinning ear to ear. Both are reveling in the contest. Each is in it to win it. It would take some sort of catastrophic event for one of them to back down, like a tsunami. And even then, I bet they'd be bopping the volleyball back and forth while fighting against the wave. But this is a momentous 1v1 between two of my most competitive friends. It's unnecessary to explain Queen Bee's cutthroat nature, but Gavin, his ambition is just as fierce, even if it's less vocal. He'd do everything for the Funplex to succeed, and he's taking that same attitude to beach sports. Are you sure you're ready for this next serve?
Yeah.
You better believe it, pretty boy. I'm ready to spike this ball so hard it'll cause a quake between your feet.
Excellent.
Huh. If it's anything like your last attempt to score, I'll win this match in record time. That's enough talking. Could we just shut it and serve it? Hi, Queen Bee. Eat this! Or I guess not. Maybe I'll just try Gavin. Hi, Gavin. Not today, Queen Bee. I'm not sure I'm gonna get a word in until this whole ordeal is over. Their concentration is intense. Game faces are on, and they see nothing else but the competition before them. I might as well take this time to watch them play. Hopefully they'll notice me. Gavin gracefully executes an underhand swerve with the volleyball, and it glides over the net mere millimeters above it. In all fairness, it was the perfect swerve, but Queen Bee returns it with a dig up high. Sure, that's a phrase. With enough time, she easily squares up her pose and spikes it down toward Gavin's side of the court. Gavin doesn't have enough time to respond, and it falls hard into the sand. Queen Bee claps and stomps her foot into the ground in unison.
Victory!
Ace! Technically, that's not an ace. An ace would be a point scored off a flawless serve. Queen Bee laughs and sticks out her tongue. Technically, it's putting me in the lead. It went on like this for quite some time, both of them volleying balls and serving quips. Meanwhile, I stood by and could do nothing but look on longingly. I just wanted to play. Not that I'm complaining much. Both Queen Bee and Gavin are the most athletic of the crew, save for Teo, and, well, let's just say the sand isn't the only hot stuff around here, to be honest. So watching them glisten as sweat drips down their bodies, yeah, isn't really a problem for me. It's a problem for me. It's like her body was sculpted by the gods themselves. Powerful thighs, toned arms. Queen Bee's a goddess in my eyes. It's enticing, and the gameplay isn't that bad either. Even though I've been standing here for well over 10 minutes, neither one has acknowledged my presence. This is until Gavin hits the ball straight in my direction. It soars all the way to the back corner of the court and lands right at my feet. Queen Bee turns around to see where the ball fell. Hey, Diva, that was out, right? Oh, now I get acknowledged.
I think not.
That was clearly on the line, Queen Bee. The point is mine. No, it wasn't. It was completely out of bounds. You might want to get the prescription on those glasses checked if you can't even see that. It fell right next to Diva, who can undoubtedly confirm this fact. You clearly have the best vantage on it. Tell us what you saw. Sure. I'm calling it now. This is for the win. If the ball is in, Gavin gets bragging rights for the rest of the day. But if it's out, then I win. So all I have to do is make the call? Uh-huh. Yes. It landed on the line. Gavin wins. It landed on the outside the line. Queen Bee wins. I wasn't paying attention. You both win. Alright. Dice, what do you say? 2. Gavin wins. The line itself is a thin rope cord held down by a simple tent peg, so I can see why it would be hard to tell if the ball fell around it. But I can say for sure I saw it touch the cord. It grazed the line. Sorry, Queen Bee. Point. Set. Match. Gavin's not much the bragging type, so it's hilarious to see him enjoy the limelight for a little. Granted, that's more of a tennis term, but I think Queen Bee gets the gist. I thought for sure I was going to beat you, pretty boy. You bested me fair and square. Shall we take a quick break? We each nod our heads in agreement as I quickly grab a couple of water bottles laying on the sidelines and toss it to them. Gavin gladly chugs down the water and flashes a smile back at me. Queen Bee catches hers mid-toss, swiftly opens it with a flick of her wrist, and proceeds to pour the water over her face to cool herself off. The water splashes down her face and drips onto her chest, making her wet and shine in the hot sun. I suddenly feel very hot myself and could use a quick dip in the ocean. Thanks for the water, kid. Yeah, you're welcome. Still, I really wanted to play some beach volleyball. Guess that's not going to happen now. Both of them are quite content to relax and chat in the sun for now. As if reading my mind, Queen Bee leans down and picks up the ball and throws it directly at me. Think fast, Diva. Bump it. I quickly clasp my hands together, squat, and bump the ball back to Queen Bee. She simply bumps the ball over to Gavin, and forming a triangle, we continue hitting the ball back and forth. This is exactly how my family would play. We'd all stand around and hit the ball to each other, trying to keep it from touching the ground at all cost. Gavin, Queen Bee, and I get really into it, and several times one of us ends up diving to get the ball and get it a face full of sand. I like this sand-swept look you've got going on, pretty boy. I can see you on the summer cover, monsieur. If you're not careful, I'll carry you to the ocean and throw you in. Then you'll be sporting that drowned rat look. Laughing alongside Gavin and Queen Bee while playing beach volleyball, it makes me feel so grateful for these friends. It was worth having to stand around for a while. And what a perfect morning on the beach. We play a few more rounds of the sand is lava before we let the ball crash into the beach one last time. Very nice return, Diva. You should join us for the next match. I would if I didn't have other stuff I wanted to do. There's too much to do here, and I've got to plan accordingly. I hear that. Looking forward to a stroll along the boardwalk myself. It's a good idea to take in as much as you can. I think I'll call it quits too. Slow your roll, pretty boy. You can't leave quite yet. Oh, right. We do have a score to settle. Let's finish this. I leave the gladiators to their final battle as I walk back along the beach waiting my next adventure. So, what's next? Yeah, let's just go in order. A number of little carny-style games have been set up along the beach independent of the Boardwalk arcades. Ring tosses, squirt guns, things like that. Percy promised everyone he'd keep it a low key today, as he recovers from his heart tremor. Tossing a few rings is definitely low key. And it looks like even though he's keen to go surfing, Teo's keeping Percy company. But judging from the way those rings are just sort of bouncing off the bottles instead of landing on them, the games are not going well. I don't get it. I'm usually much more coordinated than this. Don't think it's a matter of coordination, Teo. More a question of, let's say, optimization. But Percy ring goes plink off the bottle as well. Ew. What a shame, what a shame. You boys want to play again? Another $5 for 3 tosses? It's a downright steal. Starting to wonder if this is a steal in more sense than one. Now, nobody likes a sore loser, boys. It's all totally fair, I swear on my mom's grave I do. All this old-timey carny banter's got my dander up, it does. I must confront the charlatan. 1 and 2 is... Hey there, old sport, what kind of racket you trying to pull? What? Cheating my friends? I say, fellas, I believe in you. I do. Let's win one of those spiffy prizes. Horse feathers. Let's leave this dewdropper be and go have fun on the beach. 4. Well, hey there, gents. How about we work together to run this 4-flusher out on a rail? Anything's possible when you put your heads together.
Ah, indeed.
My sentiments exactly. I do believe I've a proposal. Teo, a word? Sure. What do you have in mind? Weirdly, the two huddle up without me and exchange a few whispers. I consider interjecting myself into the discussion, but it's over before I can try. Okay, then let's play. Teo passes over a few dollars and takes up the rings, while Percy examines the racks of bottles in detail. Teo holds back, waiting for him to finish. Eventually, Percy points. Right there, 3 rings rapid. That's the sweet spot. With a twist of his agile body, Teo flings his rings one at a time, and all 3 rattle their way around the neck of a bottle, ringing it perfectly. Simple enough, based on Teo's throwing angles from before and the arrangement of the bottles, I determined the optimal striking zone for him to aim for. All games are a matter of optimization, even silly little carnival toys. Melons! You bested me, old sport. Well, I know when I'm well and truly rumbled. Go ahead and pick your prize. Well, Diva, what'll it be? Yeah, we were trying to win you a prize after all. I am the prize. Me? Really? This was all for me?
Absolutely.
You know it. I mean, you are the true prize. I told you! Back me up on this, Percy. Quite so, quite so. You guys are making me really uncomfortable. This is why I don't play dating sims. I don't like being flirted with. It's weird. But which one of these lesser winnings truly makes your heart dance? I glance across the row at the arcade-themed stuffed dolls with curiosity. I'd say I'm a little old for dolls, but you're never too old for a huggable plush friend, and they both work so hard for it. I'd like... Aww, that adorable Mr. Moopy Magic plush. That swinging dolly that... Nope. I guess I'll have a Cubert. Okay, so... we're gonna roll a d4 because there's no way in hell that I'm taking home a dolly. 3. Guess I'll have a Cubert. I don't know, I guess that guy, the old orange noser. Never my cup of tea, that game, but I can understand the appeal. I still said that game needed some real music in it. You hush your mouth. The carny takes down my prize off the wall, a rotund orange plush with slightly crossed eyes and a long nose. Okay, now go away, boys. You bother me. The three of us return to the dunes, prize in tow. So, why were you two trying to win a prize for me? I mean, Percy, there was a movie doll back there. That's right in your wheelhouse, yeah? True, but, well, we discussed it and decided you deserved a treat for a job well done. Sure, this whole vacation is a treat for a job well done, but we wanted something for you specifically. Quite right. I must admit, Diva, the Funplex is a brighter place with you around. Not to say that it wasn't a bright place before your tenure, but, well, there's a true breath of light there, beyond what I thought possible. And beyond just the hard work you do, the way you've brought us all together, well, a mere plush toy isn't really proper reward, but it'll have to suffice. What my comrade is trying to say in his usual poetic way? You rock, and you rule, so you get a prize. Thanks for playing. Yes, that. Besides, I just can't resist taking an opportunity to see that lovely smile of yours. I need you back off, Theo. Okay, I'm gonna hit the waves. I'd offer you a board, Percy, but... I know. I promise to take it easy. Not that I'm very aquatic, to be honest. But it's good to spend time with you, considering usually we're on the opposite ends of the arcade. You too. Well. Wow. I didn't realize just how much I meant to them. I'm only a floor attendant or an event manager, right? But seeing everybody come together for this beach blanket bingo we wrinkled up, it's the bee's knees, it is. The noon sun's high in the sky, and honestly, it's getting super hot out here, like heat exhaustion levels of hot. While this would be the good time to migrate towards the boardwalk, it seems there's one more thing in store for our little group. Hi, Diva! It's lunchtime, and I'm getting everybody together for a big surprise. Come join us! Whoa, you seem super stoked about this. Of course! Come on! This way! I wonder what this is all about. Soon enough, the entire group has gathered. The number of shade-throwing parasols has multiplied to 4. Plenty of cool respite for everyone. Also new, a large cloth-wrapped bundle in the center of the group. Gather round! It's lunchtime! And judging from the rumbling in my stomach, it's right on time. The bundle is unwrapped, revealing a series of simple wooden lunchboxes, in a traditional Japanese style. Each one's been painted in a different color. As a way of saying thanks for all your hard work and your support, please enjoy these boxed lunches courtesy of the Funplex. And me. I made them. And I thought, an authentic Naomi brand bento? Sign me up. I reach for a box and she smacks my hand away lightly.
No.
Not yet, Diva. I made these special-like. Everybody has a personalized lunch, filled with their favorite things. Gavin, if you'd be kind enough to distribute them, names are written on the lids. Sure enough, on the second glance, I can see the names and even little cartoon doodles representing each person. Wow, does my face really look that apathetic? Yes, it does. Okay, I'll start handing them out. Gavin, you first. Let's see.
Impressive.
Plain yogurt, celery sticks, and some rice. You know me quite well. Boring and nutritional. I colored a bit outside the lines on this one rather than sticking to the traditional bento style. Enjoy!
Oh my gosh!
Sushi with some tempura veggies. And a side of miso soup. I love nothing more than a traditional bento box lunch. I love nothing more than making them. Fish and chips, of course, with a little Union Jack and a toothpick. You made me a moopy maze out of the chips, too. It's nothing too stereotypical, is it?
Quite good.
I haven't found a proper chip shop out stateside, so I'll take it. A nice little taste of home.
Fantastic.
Oh, hecka, yeah. A big juicy cheeseburger and french fries. My mouth is watering just looking at it. Yum! And it's got lots of pink in it, just how you like it. So pink I can hear it mew. This is perfect! Pita bread and hummus.
Love it.
It's a great meal that fills the belly and gives you a ton of energy. And we have to keep your tanket full. A tired Teo is not a true Teo.
How marvelous.
Oh my, this is lovely. Little finger sandwiches, some tea, and even a cupcake. Thank you, Naomi, dear. It's very thoughtful. Aw, thanks, Miss Francine. I got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Nice.
Huh, bet you consulted with Diva on this one. I love these. Always have, always will. Actually, I just checked your Instagram. I did an analysis of your most commonly beloved food, and can't talk, busy easy. And that leaves the one who brought us all together, Diva. For you, I made pizza bagels. Oh god. Kidding! It's actually similar to the bento I gave you the day you started at the Funplex. A little reminder of how this all started. Oh, well, thank you. Speech! Speech! What?
Yeah.
You should make a speech before we all dig in. I mean, you're the reason we're here. I am? Yeah, you are. I mean, we're doing great before you shut up. Don't get me wrong, but, you know. But you worked harder than any of us to make the Funplex the success it is today. I was content to keep it afloat. I didn't think we'd ever manage more than that. But you refused to be content. We wouldn't be here at the beach if not for the success you led to us, Diva. So yes, I think a speech would be appropriate. Heck yeah! Funplex Suplex rocked! It really opened some doors for me. I'd still be wearing that damn black L7 jacket if not for you. The atmosphere is so much livelier thanks to your efforts. Win or lose, I'm enjoying my time with Moopy thanks to having so many great people around me. By this point, I can't even imagine the Funplex without you, Diva. So don't even think about leaving. If you do, we'll probably gather up a hunting party and drag you back. No hard feelings. And speaking as the one Diva comes home to every night, I gotta say, they're doing dandy compared to before. So 3 cheers for the Funplex. 3 cheers indeed. Go ahead, Diva. You've earned the right for a speech. I'm just a silly old lady who started it. You made this happen. Wow. Seriously, wow. Well, I've made big speeches before, like the one at the Funplex Suplex. Even if it feels bigger. Way bigger. Okay, here it goes. I can't be a milky toast for this toast. It's big feelings or nothing. You know what? 1 and 2 will be the heart. 3 and 4 will be the my life was something of a mess. 4! I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was dealing with a deep depression built on a lifetime of bad luck. Working in an arcade seemed like a strange way to turn that misfortune around, but it worked. It honestly worked, and now I know why. The Funplex ticks along on equal parts fun, hard work, and camaraderie. You say I brought you all together, but you had this going long before my arrival. All I did was bring it into focus, and with your help, we'll continue that tradition for years to come. Well said, Diva. You have my support. I don't see that changing anytime soon. Okay, good. On a roll. Let's see what to say next. I feel like this is supposed to be like a speechy speech with lots of emotion. We're gonna go the emotional route. Long ago, Flotsam Beach was a home away from home for my family. We'd rent a house on the dunes and just relax for a solid week, play board games, read books, go out and have a swim or cruise the Boardwalk arcades. It's a place that can be anything you need it to be. Quiet, soulless, sure, loud and exciting. Fun, absolutely. I can't think of a better place for us to celebrate what we've accomplished together, even if we're only here for a day. We'll make the most of it. Indeed, fine times with fine folk and a fine place. It's just the ticket. I propose we return here every year if our good fortunes continue. Now to bring it on home. We're gonna exclude the two middle ones. So we're gonna do 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 4. Thank you. With all sincerity from the bottom of my heart, thank you. All of you. I want to honestly express my gratitude, even if I can't find strong enough words to do so. So I'll simply say thank you, and let's eat. You have my gratitude as well. You've no idea how much it raises my spirits working alongside you, while watching you enjoy our games. Eva, thank you for this lovely day. And I agree, let's tuck in. The tea is calling to me. This is the moment. The one perfect moment with all of us together, laughing and talking and eating, and having the best time in the world. Maybe things will change after tonight when Iris's plan to find me romance comes together. Maybe this is the high water mark. Maybe. But no matter what happens, I'll always have this one. Perfect moment. Is that a penguin or a Snorlax? Maybe it's a penguin? Afternoon slides in and the gang migrates from sandy shores to bustling boardwalk. Once you've had your fill of seaweed in your trousers, it's time to take a walk down the boardwalk and indulge in any number of side activities. No need to change out your swim gear either, unless you're going deeper into the beach town. You can just get back and forth between the sands and the boardwalk. How many times can we say boardwalk in one sentence? This is where the real action happens. Shops, restaurants, and of course, arcades. Soon enough, the group's splitting up and to go try to do as much as possible. I've got time to tag along with some of them. Who to hang out with? Gavin and Ashley are checking out the arcade, Naomi and Terry are reading a candy store, Queen Bee and Percy are chatting and having funnel cake. Juniper and Francine are shopping for souvenirs. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4! We're going shopping. Juniper and Francine are looking at a little map of the boardwalk. It highlights all the shops, cafes, and art galleries along the route. I overheard them discussing it earlier in the day, and it looks like they might have found one. Oh, looky! There is one called Driftaway. Cute! Oh, and they also do wine tasting. I'm a fan of wine, and tasting it. A nice after-lunch Merlot is always a nice treat, isn't it? Juniper and Francine are quite the odd couple, aren't they? But when I reflect on it, they've actually been spending some time together at the Funplex. Juniper is a self-proclaimed old lady at heart, after all, so it's no wonder that they've bonded over knitting, cats, and costume jewelry. Hey, mind if I join you? Of course not. Francine and I are just deciding on which art gallery to visit first. I've been in the market to find a unique sculpture made from driftwood, and what better place to get one than at the beach itself? That does seem like a wise choice. There is this one place that I must visit again. It's called Seascapes, and it's been open since I was a child. I know it's hard for you to imagine, but yes, old Francine was once young and spirited just like yourself, Diva. I bet you were the talk of the boardwalk, breaking all the hearts.
My, oh my.
Oh, a lady never spills her secrets. But yes, I did have a fair share of summer romance here along the boardwalk. Ooh, go on. This I must know. Well, there was this one time that I snuck out in the middle of the moonlit night to meet my lover. It was quite exhilarating, of course. We simply had to go skinny dipping. Please. No. Stop. If there's one thing I definitely don't need to know more of, it's my boss's love life. I already know too much from my interview with Francie. TMI. So, Seascapes! That was the name of the gallery. Let's go there now! Wait! I didn't catch it the first time. Did you say Seascapes? The Seascapes? The oldest art gallery on the boardwalk? The one and only. There's a lot of history in these old coastal towns. It also has an eerie past, didn't you know? Seascapes is totally haunted. Francine lets out a snort.
Let's be sensible.
Oh, sweet child, that's preposterous. Ghosts aren't real. But the Boardwalk Paranormal Society has deemed Seascapes the most haunted place on the coast. As the story goes, the previous owner purchased a particularly gorgeous painting, but what the owner didn't know is that the painting was being possessed with a demonic spirit. Soon after buying the art and hanging it up in the gallery, the owner got very ill. It was a mysterious illness that no one could cure. Eventually, the gallerist passed, and their ghost has haunted Seascapes to this day. Curiosity's got me, and after having experienced some unexplainably spooky stuff in the recent-ish past, I pull out my phone and look it up. Juniper's not lying. I've heard several spooky stories about this art gallery. Maybe it's haunted by the memories of the past, but surely you can't believe in such childish superstitions.
Oh, dear.
Diva, talk some sense into Juniper. What? Me? Come on, Diva, back me up on this. Well, the truth is, I'm not sure if I believe 100% in ghosts. At the manor, there was some weird goings-on with the Polybius, but is it fair to call it paranormal? Maybe it's just math and microchips, like Iris said. I'm still waiting on science to prove me right or wrong on that. In good faith, I can't choose either one. Nothing in this world can prove or disprove the reality of ghosts. Sure, I enjoy a spooky ghost story as much as the next person, but do I believe in them? Fair enough. We watch enough Ghost Bros to know that sometimes people overact in those situations. And I can't ignore that I do love an entrancingly scary story. So we're all in agreement then? Yep. To Seascapes! One short walk down the boardwalk later, and we arrive at, well, I don't notice anything overtly haunted. I mean, the building itself isn't dilapidated, but it could use a new paint job and a new fence and maybe upgrade the windows. Being right on the boardwalk with wide open doorways, we can walk right in and hopefully not have the whole thing collapse on top of us. Okay, so it's a mess of a building compared to the other shops along the boardwalk, but it adds to the historic charm. But to its defense, it does have a sign in the window that says free wine tastings, so I know Juniper will be ecstatic about that.
Yes!
Oh, free wine tastings! As if on cue. I'm so thrilled it hasn't changed in years. Still looks like how I remember it. Francine takes a deep breath as a smile creases her wrinkled cheeks. The only other times I've seen her this elated was when she was talking about the funplex. She takes a moment's pause before walking through the door. Juniper looks over at me, side-eyed. Let's hope the only thing scary about this place isn't just their selection of rides. I hold back a cackle as I push open the door. A small bell rings as the most small shops on the strip, alerting the gallery owner of our arrival. Paintings adorn the walls, beautiful scenes of the ocean, sea life, and of the boardwalk itself, each having its own unique style. There are copper statues of whale flukes and colorful glass-blown orbs mixed in among the paintings. Several people are talking in hushed tones around the gallery, and I notice Francine has already wandered over to an impressive selection of driftwood creations. Over here, dearies. I think I found the one. Already? You've only been in here for 5 minutes. Honey, when you're as old as I am, you don't have that much time to sit around and deliberate about art. You go with what feels right. Follow your heart and all that jazz. But I wanted to peruse the art a bit more. I was hoping maybe a ghastly hand would grab my shoulder, or maybe I'd see an actual ghost. We can stay as long as you'd like. I'm in no rush. Yes! Come at me, ghosties. So, Francine, what did you decide on? As a kid, visiting art galleries was never my prerogative, so I had no idea the amount of things you can make out of driftwood. Stick wreaths, candle holders, tables. Francine points to a heart weaved together from several sea-worn branches. Simple and meaningful. That's adorable. It reminds me not only of the many times my late husband and I would visit the beach, but it also reflects my love for the ocean itself. How romantic! I hope one day my partner will buy me something like that. Diva, you've been my partner in crime for forever, and I want to get something to remember this trip by. If you have the coin, I'm sure Seascapes has the wares. But what should I get? Will you help me choose something? I mean, it'd be going in our apartment, so you should get a say in this. Sure thing, Juniper. I take some time to go over my options. I need to find something that Juniper will like and cherish. This is an important decision. I don't want to choose the wrong thing and disappoint her. We've been through so much together, and I want her to know how much she means to me. See anything worthwhile? I think I found the perfect thing. What do you think about a beautiful painting of the ocean, a glass bone sculpture of a jellyfish, this bottle of oh, I really want that jellyfish. I love it. This is cute and peculiar enough, just like Juniper's taste. She's sure to find satisfaction in that. I don't think you're ready for this jellyfish. Really? Juniper laughs, but then realizing I was serious, quiets down quickly. Oh, I mean, it's really adorable? Jellyfish are so weird. Stomachs, tentacles, and gonads. Isn't that all you need in life? I like an animal with a brain, personally, but to each their own. Thanks anyway, Diva. The sentiment isn't lost on me. Oh, kids, I'm about done here. I don't have as much energy as you both do. I think I'm ready for my afternoon nap. I'll walk you to the hotel, Francine. And a little afternoon siesta does sound nice, especially because there will be lots to do later on tonight. You're such a dear, Juniper. I think I might go back to see what the other people are doing. Taking advantage of your vacation is... Did any of you hear that? Hear what, dearie? It sounded like a woman saying, "Save yourselves." Oh no, are you sure? I wouldn't lie about this. Did you feel that shift in temperature? It's a sweet ocean breeze tickling your face. Don't let those ghost tales get to your head. Well, you both were just on your way out, so... Good point. See you later, Diva. Thanks for joining this old lady on her shopping expedition. Juniper practically drags poor Francine outside the gallery as fast as she can. Once out of sight, I reflect once more on the allure of the art and making my way outside to see if I can tag along with the others. Who to hang out with? So don't really care about Teo, like, at all. And I'm already really high up with Naomi, so I'm going to skip her as an option, and Gavin and Ashley 1 and 2, Queen Bee and Percy will be 3 and 4. 2. Gavin and Ashley. The primary appeal of this place for me was always the arcades. I rarely swam in the ocean. I preferred indoor swimming pools to unpredictable waves. That meant boardwalk crawls, arcade games, tokens, and joysticks. Although, as I approach one of these open-air arcades, well, I don't see a single joystick.
Impressive.
Interesting. I'd hazard these arcades are 100% redemption games. I suppose it's for the best Naomi's distracted by looking for saltwater taffy. She'd hate this place. I noticed this industry trend away from anything vaguely resembling a traditional arcade game and towards the touchscreens and prize tickets. I suppose it was inevitable. It's not for a strong showing of for joysticks through the 80s and 90s. It would have happened sooner. A game's a game, you know. I can enjoy just about anything. Oh, and hey, there's pinball. You like pinball, right, Gavin?
Ooh.
Ooh, and skee ball. I love alley rollers.
What?
Huh? Technically, skee ball TM, depending on spelling and hyphenation, is a registered trademark. These are simply alley rollers, manufactured by a different company. Sheesh, you just suck the fun out of it. Apologies for my innate killjoy nature. Allow me to make it up to you by actually having some fun. Is that even possible? Will your extra cool guy exterior allow your inner softie to be exposed? If you'll let me finish. How about alley roller contest? Each of us gets 5 tokens to score the most points. Whoever loses buys the other ice cream. Now we're talking. Hey, Diva, want to join in? Make this a 3-way dance? Maybe all the joysticks are gone, but I'm certainly a longtime skee ball fanatic. I'd likely clean the floor with these two. Still, I'm a skee ball wizard. May the odds be ever in your favor. Ice cream. Okay. 6. Win or lose, ice cream. I'm always ready for ice cream. Hells yeah, let's do this! Token up and may the best player win. Our coins rattle into the slot, tinking along the metal chute. 5 tokens, highest cumulative score wins. I suppose if it's 3 players, the 2 losers split the cost of the ice cream. I remember playing tons of alley rollers back when I was a kid, roaming up and down the boardwalks of Flotsam Beach. Like riding a bike. Those are physical skills you never really forget. My grip on the gnarly old wooden ball feels completely natural even now. We drop our tokens and line up for our first throw. It takes a few rolls for me to find my sweet spot. But eventually I'm right where I need to be in the scores, which unfortunately can't be said of my coworkers. Oh, come on! I totally should have landed that hundo.
Rather disappointing.
These machines are a bit beat up from exposure and play. I wouldn't be surprised if they're unbalanced. Or they're rigged, like those Carney games Teo and Percy were playing earlier. But they aren't? I'm hitting my shots, no problem. Given Gavin's rather manly physique on display right now, I'm a bit surprised he's not throwing them forcefully enough. I could whisper some advice to one of them. Maybe give them an edge. It's cheating, sure, but we're all getting ice cream in the end. Who cares? Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4. I lean in next to Ashley and whisper her a hot tip. Aim for the 40-pointer with every throw. That way you'll always net a consistent amount of mid-tier points. Oh! Instead of wildly aiming for the honeypot of 100 points, Ashley lines up for a shot right down the middle and scores a sweet throw. Soon enough, the game is over, with Ashley just barely pushing past my score, and Gavin far behind. Well, I gave it my best. It makes you feel better? I couldn't have won without Diva's solid advice. No, you still were one making the throws. That's skill, even if they offered suggestions. Still, if you'd like to keep things fair, we'll split the ice cream cost 3 ways. Everyone's a winner.
Indeed.
Most importantly, we had fun. Arcades are meant to be places where friends can gather and have fun playing with each other. Beachside or in a shopping plaza. With or without joysticks. That's our goal. Let's take back a lesson today that we should always endeavor to provide fun first and foremost, whatever shape it takes. That is our mission. Still found a way to turn this into a working vacation, huh? But an enjoyable one. We grab ice cream cones from the vendor on the boardwalk, swapping work stories, laughing, and having a blast. This is probably the happiest I've seen Gavin. At work, he's all business. But here we can crack a smile, even as he's analyzing arcades. And Ashley just exudes sunshine and cheer everywhere she goes. She's a good influence on him, clearly. But time's ticking and I've got other stops to make. It feels good being out and about with everyone, away from the funplex, away from work, just friends having a great time in a place designed for great times. With our newfound success, I hope we can do this more often. Who to hang out with now? Sitting on some benches just outside a fried dough stand, Percy and Queen Bee are sharing a funnel cake dusted with white sugar. Seriously? You've never had this stuff before? Not much carny chow in England, I'm afraid. And this is my first time visiting a beach in the colonies. Wait, you can't eat this, right? I mean, it's basically fried grease and sugar. Your heart won't explode? It's not an issue of artery congestion. And Lord knows I eat plenty of instant ramen fast food. One little sugary treat won't be the tipping point. Oh hey, Diva, join us. No way we can eat this huge thing by ourselves. I settled in to pick up the delicious fried dough, just like I used to have back when we came here regularly. So, Percy and I were talking shop, and even if you aren't a pro gamer, maybe you got some valuable input, you know? See, our movie-aholic buddy here doesn't believe in being a full-time professional gamer.
Don't think so.
It's not that I don't believe in it, it's just I don't see it as a stable occupation for a young person to undertake. If you're entirely reliant on the wavering loyalty of corporate sponsors and streaming subscribers, alongside any prize money you may or may not be winning, well, I suppose I'm just too risk-averse to walk that path. I prefer a sound investment. Whereas I love risk. No risk, no reward. Yeah, at any moment it could all come crashing down and I end up living with my parents' basement again, but I love to fight for my future. Just like Diva! They were unemployed bum before finding the funplex, so nowhere to go but up. Hey now. Alright, I rolled a 4. Opportunity for work presented itself, I took it. It's a simple equation, really. A job's a job. The funplex is a fun job, and it's still a job. Right, but it's also a risky one. That's what I'm getting at. It's gainful employment in the end, but the only reason you aren't still eating pizza bagels is because you voluntarily took risk and made them pay for you. I'm not saying my pass for everyone, abandoning the safer road in favor of the wild ride. It takes a certain mindset to make that work. But I promise you that those of us willing to make that leap are having a more rewarding life as a result. Satisfying, not rewarding. Being a school teacher is satisfying, but sadly society does not reward its due. Many satisfying paths in life are also fraught with disaster due to this. It's survivorship bias. People see rock stars and football heroes and think they can make it big too, but those success stories are a percent of a percent of a percent. And what happens later in life to the sports hero who abandoned all their past? What skills do you fall back on when your window closes? You've succeeded so far, Queen Bee, but remember not to. Too long ago you were terrified of being drummed out of your team and tossed on the street. I wouldn't say terrified. It was more like a mild reluctance at best. Couldn't you pursue dominance in your game of choice without making it your entire existence? I don't really play loopy all day. I trade stock in my off hours. Why not consider a day job with your gameplay occupying the remaining hours?
Nope, no way.
No way, no how. Fisto Discomfort takes absolute dedication. I can't be at the top of my game at the top of the game if I'm also flipping burgers and filing paperwork. Percy, competitive level play requires intensive training. You can't get around the time investment, but you can make it pay double. That's where streaming comes in. Whenever I'm training, I'm streaming. Subs and donations make me money, while my skill goes up and up and up. It's win-win. I suppose I can see the need for time investment, yes, but it's not like streaming revenues are stable either. Perhaps Diva can help settle this question. What do you think? Is it better to wholly devote your life to a risky proposition in search of happiness, or to hedge your bets and find balance? Queen Bee is right. No risk, no reward. Percy's right. Take chances, but carefully. Look, I'm gonna be honest. Honestly, I have no idea. Sorry, guys. I just can't say one way or another. Life comes at you fast, you know? Sometimes you need to jump on an opportunity. Sometimes you need to be careful. I'm still trying to figure out which is which. Most of the time, I'm just sort of meandering from milestone to milestone in life, living in the moment. I wish I had a strategy, and I wish I had bravery, but hey, don't sell yourself short. You've made it this far, yeah? Here. You may not have your life sorted out, but today is proof that you've come quite a ways from those early days. Look, regardless of how we're aiming for our goals, I know we'll all get there. I'll get my trophy. Purr will get his score. The kid will get, I don't know, a gold-plated arcade to call their own. Diva's palace. Ugh. With the neglected funnel cake cooling off, the three of us focus on putting away our sugary rewards after that. We're each walking different paths, but I can't say any of us are willing to settle for anything less than our dreams in the long run. You're a creep. The rest of the afternoon passes in a blur. Soon the sun has gone down and floats on the beach is a calmer place. A more chill vibe as the day's manic energy is long since spent. It's also clear the group will be breaking up soon. They've already changed back to their regular clothes, done with the beach as a whole. Some are talking about checking out the nightlife scene around here. Some just want to relax in their hotel rooms. Some are simply heading back to the city, leaving me alone for a moment with my thoughts. It's been a wonderful day, definitely. There's only one thing that could improve it. A risk, a daydream, but maybe one worth taking. I happen to know a few things about dreams lately. Beep beep, Diva. Yeah, I know. You want me to ask someone out on a date. Only if you want to. I know I was kind of pushy earlier. I'm sorry. But if you want this, no, now is the moment. Everything in my calculations say that it's the perfect time. I've got a lot going for me, but maybe something's still missing. Something more that I need from life than the warmth of friendship alone. More importantly, maybe one of them feels the same way. Maybe they feel the same yearning. Romance, love. I'm no stranger to these things, but those were fumbling first attempts in youth. I could fumble again. Am I ready for this? Well, I'm still considering. How about I run down the data while you're thinking? Let's see. Okay, after my analysis, here's where you stand with everybody and how your personality is shaping up. So I'm still basic. But now that I've had weeks to understand you better, I think I can adjust these values based on what I know each of them likes in a partner. Naomi has a kind heart, and so do you. That's a plus. Gavin is honest and direct, but his bluntness hides a kind heart. And you're both kindly and steady, so that's great. Ashley is an open book, ready to share with anyone. She's very sincere. You're both steady. Percy's heart is wide open to the world, as is your own. You're both very kindly. Teo is quite level-headed and responsible. Despite his smirking charm, you're steady as well. And that's everybody in my final analysis. I think you are the best possible match for Naomi, Queen Bee, and Percy. All three would make a fine companion for you, Diva. Naomi, Queen Bee, and Percy all get along well with you and match your personality. So, Naomi, Queen Bee, and Percy?
My sources say yes.
Yes, I calculate you'll have the best probability of success with them. Numbers. All based on numbers. High score. This feels weird and mechanical. I'm not sure I like it. What if they're not into people like me? Yeah, okay, let's just run with this. I've come this far. Alright, what does the dice say? The dice says 5! Because the dice want me to date people. It's weird, but you know what? My life is weird. It's surfing a deep wave of weird, all the way to the shores of weirdness. So, okay, hook me up with someone whose numbers match my numbers. I'm ready to go. Great, but I want to make sure you understand what's really going on here.
I'm software, right? I have to see the world through numbers. I see relationships as numbers. I see your vocal tones as numbers. And I score it all. But the math is less important than the meaning. I see a number. But that number represents your free will and your heart. You chose to spend time with them. You shared good times with smiles and laughter, and sometimes even tears. This isn't like a dating website. You aren't asking a total stranger out just because the numbers match. You need to switch the causal relationship around.
I need to ask for a casual relationship.
Causal, as in the cause of. You aren't spending time with them because of the numbers. The numbers exist because you wanted to spend time with them. You've been building these relationships for months. Now, you can take one to the next level. The numbers can be your guide if you let them. But follow your heart. Above all else, follow your heart. Okay?
Okay, got it.
Right. So let's not limit ourselves here. Of all those who are special to you, which one do you want to share your heart with?
It's a big decision. But she's right. She's been watching me, listening to me, understanding me, but in the end, it's my choice. And their choice to accept my love or not. But which one do I love? Which one should I approach? Well, okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go with her advice and not go with Gavin, Ashley, or Teo. So that leaves Naomi as number 1, Percy is number 2, Queen Bee is number 3, and nobody is number 4. Ah, this is, I don't want to roll this dice. Okay. 3, Queen Bee! Queen Bee. Just saying her name fills me with excitement. Romance with Queen Bee would be a whirlwind of passion. Her assertive nature and her sassy flair really energize me. I want to be the person who Queen Bee looks to. By her side, cheering her into victory, comforting her when defeated. I'm ready to sign on the dotted line for Queen Bee's contract of love. I like your enthusiasm, Diva. I know that if you're true to yourself, everything will work out for the best. At least that's what I've learned from all your human love stories. Note to self, see if anybody's written some good app finds app love stories. Thanks, Iris. I'm about to go hopefully succeed at my own human love story. Wish me luck. Iris waves goodbye to me as she shuts herself off, leaving me alone with my thoughts. The thrill of getting to ask Queen Bee on a date took over, and I could feel myself start to get nervous. She's a local and an internet celeb, way out of my league. What if I'm not cool enough? Last time I checked, I was lukewarm at best on the cool scale. There is no way I'm anywhere as popular, attractive, intelligent, magnificent, perfect. And as I struggle with the thought of how unsuitable I am, the gaming goddess herself approaches me out of nowhere. With a frown, she pockets her phone, then shakes her dour mood free as she turns to face me. Hey, kid. Oh, hey, Queen Bee. What a pleasant surprise to see you here, chatting next to me on the boardwalk, being all normal-like. Yeah, that tends to happen when you and all your friends go on holiday together.
Anyway, I'm getting straight to the point because I don't like beating around the bush, and I'm not a fan of sappy, fluffy bull. Just blunt honesty. So, do you want to join me on a date tonight?
I instantly blush from head to toe. Here, I thought I was going to have to muster up enough bravery to ask Queen Bee out, and BAM! She intercepts and asks me herself.
Don't get too excited there, kid. I was gonna go out with some friends of mine who live nearby, do an evening meetup in Flotsam, but...
Queen Bee looks away, frowning at the ground.
Well, they bailed on me. Hardcore lame-ass style. We'd arranged everything a few days in advance, and now they aren't even returning my text.
What assholes.
I swear, if those ladies aren't literally on fire or saving orphans from a building that is literally on fire, I'm having some harsh words with them later. Long and short of it is, nobody wants to just go out and have some fun. And I need cheering up. Pronto. Cheer me up, okay?
That's an interesting choice. I'm sorry, Queen Bee, that really sucks, but you know what? What? Replace your friends with fictional characters. Sure, I'll go with you. I think... Okay. 1 and 2 is and 3 and 4 is sure I'll go with you, because the second one is probably gonna be like, so you don't want to go on a date with me, and then we wind up not going on a date, and what the hell is me going through all this trauma? 4. Being abandoned by those you call friends is the absolute worst. Nothing fills me with more anxiety and loneliness than when your friends ditch you. It used to happen to me all the time, but at least I've always had Juniper backing me up. I want to be Queen Bee's backup. At the very least I could do for her. I can't change your friends' minds, but I can at least go with you to the dance club. Why the dance club? Ew. Aren't we, like, surrounded by enough sound? You're very sweet, kid. I mean, do they not know who you are? You're the Queen Bee. They should be honored that you even chose to grace them with your presence. If only it's that easy. My non-gamer friends don't feel the same way as the rest of the FOD scene. Non-gamer friends? Does not compute. Right. It's so hard to find people these days that don't play games. But let me tell you, they do exist. Case in point, my 2 best lady friends. We've been friends since we were little tiny babies. Our mothers are all friends, so when we were born, we all became friends by proxy. I grew up with both of these ladies. We've shared so much together over the years. We still all go on mother-daughter outings occasionally.
It's complicated.
But compared to them, I've always been the weird one. The loser, if you will. Both of them have successful career paths. One's a teacher, the other a psychologist. Heck, they've had kids already.
Ugh.
What do I have to show? I play arcade games for a living. I bet they think I'm wasting my time and energy. That's probably why those friends ditched me tonight. I'm so unaccomplished. Hey! That's not being fair to yourself, Queen Bee. You're one of the 4 heavenly kings now. Did you forget? That's like the most accomplished thing I can think of. Except if you made Fisted Discomfort itself, then just maybe you'd be more accomplished? You know how to make a woman feel special.
Anyway, I'm done being sad about this. I refuse to let a little trifle like this get me down any further. So let's go out and have a great time.
Agreed. Let's go. Wait, where exactly are we going? To somewhere fancy as fuck. I'm a classy-ass lady, and I have classy-ass needs. First off, drinks and food. Second, dancing. Third, a romantic stroll on the beach. That all sounds perfect, actually, except the dancing and the music and the people. I just don't know any classy-ass places here in Flotsam. Since we were more of a burgers family than a filet mignon family whenever we came to the beach, we stayed mostly into the cheap eats. Lots of diners, drive-ins, and hot dog stands. I couldn't tell you what kind of fancy places exist here, if any. As I tried to pick my brain for someone befitting a queen bee's taste, she takes the initiative once again. She pulls out her phone and starts looking up the local eateries. Not a lot of good choices in this beach city. Yeah, Flotsam isn't exactly Monte Carlo. Okay, let's see what I can dig up. Ew. No. Nope. Total yuck. Gross. Oh, here's one.
Not bad.
4 out of 5 stars. Cozy, trendy, cocktail bar and diner with sea-inspired small bites. Sea-inspired small bites. Not sea and spider. That would be terrifying. This place looks hella cute. We are so going to Lagoon. Are you paying? 'Cause... Sacred Penguin! Next thing I know, we're there. I had no idea this place even existed, but apparently it's a hit with locals and tourists alike. And it's actually exactly how they describe themselves. The tables are illuminated by dimly lit candles, really making it intimate, and adding to the cozy atmosphere. This is almost too trendy for my taste. I really haven't been to anywhere this hip. In fact, I'm pretty sure the swankiest place I've eaten at is the whole story. Even the way everyone is dressed in here, so fashion forward, retro 50s styles without being hipster. That's really hard. Queen Bee fits right in with this bunch. She's always styled to perfection. On the other hand, I looked down at my hoodie and let out an exasperated sigh. Don't worry about it, kid. You look fine. It's not exactly black tie. We'll be too busy paying attention to each other anyway for you to concern yourself over such trivial matters. Queen Bee locks arms with me and smiles. Look at us, a couple of hotties out for the night on the town. We should immortalize this with a selfie. Queen Bee pulls out her phone, holding it up high to get that perfect angle and snaps our picture. Oh, that's precious. Look! She passes her phone to me, and surprisingly, it's a great photo. And I don't look half bad either. You cool if I post this on my social media feed? The Beehive loves to know what I'm up to. That's what I call my followers. Cute name, right? Only if you tag me in it. I'm not ready to be internet famous. Sure, if that's what you want. Only if you tag me in it. What's better than a cute picture of me and Queen Bee? A picture of me and Queen Bee getting posted to the world. It's almost like we're a real couple, doing couple things. Go for it. Oh, and tag me so I can share it with my own hive too. Don't you only have like 10 followers and 6 of them are all regs from the Funflex? Yeah, but I really want to make sure Francine knows. She'll be happy to know you're in good hands. You do realize you are probably going to get several hundred followers from this, right? I did have some inclination that would happen, yes, but I'm not gonna worry about my sudden jump in popularity. I won't be buying a solid gold mansion or anything. Going out and enjoying this moment with you is the only thing on my mind. You're making me blush, kid. And posted. I'd already silenced my phone, so if I suddenly go viral, it won't interrupt us. Although poor Iris may get slammed by notifications. After a short wait, we are brought to our table, we sit down, and menus are handed to us. I'm impressed that even the menus are super hip, down to the sophisticated font choice. Note to self, tell Juniper about Lagoon's menus. So, what cocktail are you going to order? All of them sound divine, and I'm having a hard time choosing. My eyes skim the menu, looking at the alcohol choices. Funnily enough, they're all named after boats. There's the catamaran, a citrusy grapefruit tequila libation. The banana boat, a rum and banana syrup concoction. The bow rider, a rosemary-infused vermouth beverage. The caravel, a floral bubbly gin drink. Or the lifeboat, a non-alcoholic coconut lavender. Ooh, that actually sounds really good. It's a tough choice indeed, but I think the one that will quench my thirst is... Look, I'm a slut for lavender and lemon. A non-alcoholic cocktail suits me just fine right now. I don't need to feel tipsy when I'm already tipsy on life. The lifeboat, it's a perfect reflection of our evening. It sounds pretty delicious. Just then, one of the waitstaff passes by and Queen Bee gets their attention. May we have 2 lifeboats, please? As we wait for our drink, I take notice of Queen Bee sitting across from me. The faint candlelight makes Queen Bee's skin glow and her eyes shine fiercely. I can't help but stare at her beauty. You are absolutely gorgeous. The words fall uncontrollably from my mouth. Are you sure you didn't have a drink already without me? Oh, I'm sorry, It's totally fine, Diva. You are quite attractive yourself. Honestly, I'm quite smitten with you. I'm in complete shock. Words can't form in my mouth. I feel dizzy and my heart is pounding. It's so hard. I think it could just collapse at any second. This is what being in shock is like, right? Thankfully, our drinks are served to us, cutting a knife into my awkward silence. I quickly cut my hands around the glass and take a huge drink. Queen Bee laughs. Slow down there, Diva. I'd like to still talk to you before you get brain freeze so bad it puts you in a coma. It takes me a second to realize, but Diva's stopped calling me kid. I've leveled up from kid to my actual name, huh? What have I done to deserve this upgrade? I figured since we're on a date, and I really do respect you, I owe that to you. Kid might slip out every now and again due to habit, but it's Diva from here on out. You've earned it. It's beautiful how Queen Bee speaks her my name, as if she's learning it for the first time. A fire sparks deep inside me, and I feel tingles across my skin. I feel important, proud, a cut above the rest of the fodder. However, there is still something I yearn to know about Queen Bee. I've been curious since we first met. A name for a name. So, you've got my name now. Yeah, what about it? When do I get to find out yours?
Come again?
Queen Bee is my name. I am Queen Bee. You know what I mean. But I hate my name. Okay, I won't make you. I understand some secrets are meant to stay just that. Secret. Ugh. But it's fine. When you give me the sad puppy dog eyes, you force my hand. But if you tell anyone, and I mean anyone, you will have a very angry bee buzzing around you. My lips are numb. Queen Bee lets out an exasperated sigh. It's Tanvi. Tanvi Khan. But that's such a beautiful name. Why do you hate it? It's such an old-fashioned name, and no one can ever pronounce it correctly. Well, they can pronounce my family name, and they invariably do it like William Shatner in some annoying attempt to charm me. Queen Bee is just easier. People can't cook up Queen Bee. I can understand why you chose to go by Queen Bee. It's not fun having a name no one can relate to. Plenty can understand the reference to Queen Bee, but really do like your real name too. If you'd like, I can refer to you in your real name instead of your gaming handle. Oh, it's very sweet of you, Diva. Okay, you can call me Tanvi or Queen Bee. Either way works for me. I'll respond to both. Both names fit her so well, but for me, one name rings true. I'm gonna roll for this one. It's like, I feel like saying Tanvi in front of people is, like, against her wishes. So 1 and 2 is Tanvi, and 3 and 4 is Queen Bee. 2, I guess we're calling her Tanvi. I want her to know I care about her as a whole person, not just an online persona. It's much more intimate to call someone by their real name. It'll be our secret we can share. Tanvi. From now on, I'll call you Tanvi. When you say it, I don't hate it as much. And it does feel nice to actually be called by your intended name. I like it. I like it a lot.
Hey, thanks.
Thank you for not making fun of my name. I would never. I really adore you, Tanvi. I wouldn't poke fun at something that you care a ton about. You are the best. But looking at our drinks, we need a round 2. Tanvi is always quick to change the subject when things start to get too heavy. But still I gaze down at my glass, and it's in fact empty. A second round is indeed in order. Maybe some food to go with?
Yeah.
Yes, let's take a look at the menu. She takes a second to scan it. We should start with a round of oysters. I love eating those gooey little mollusks. So freaking delicious. You do know that they're an aphrodisiac, don't you? I respond with my face turning deeply red and hiding it deep in the fold of the menu. Tanvi laughs wildly and continues reading the menu, ignoring my embarrassment. We ended up ordering several small plates of some of the fanciest dishes I can even imagine. Buttered scallops on a bed of mashed parsnips. Oh, that sounds amazing. Crab dumplings also sound amazing. Roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon shavings. I'm not a huge Brussels sprout fan, and I don't like eating bacon. Well, that's not true. I'm trying not to eat bacon. I'm trying to become pescatarian, so pork is definitely off that list. Lobster ravioli in a creamy butter sauce. Oh, I love lobster. Yeah, this is definitely my place. My mouth never tasted an explosion of such decadence, and my mouth was filled to the brim with savory and succulent food. The conversation stuck mostly to the beach adventures of the present and past, and before long, the check came and went. It's official. I'm stuffed. Round 1 complete. Next up, we gotta dance off all those calories. The dance club is right at the end of the boardwalk, a stone's throw away from the beach. What romantic. Right, I remember that being the main attraction for the night. Oh, I think you will hold that title by the end of the night, Diva. Is it getting hot in here all of a sudden? I'm not sure how much more of this I can take. Tanvi is making it very hard to concentrate on anything but my intense feelings for her right now. She just smiles wickedly at me, knowing exactly what she's doing. Gladly a pawn in Tanvi's game. Okay, yeah, sure. You're right, maybe we should go out dancing. Now, right now. We called a taxi to get back to the boardwalk, and upon arrival, the dance hall is already bumping. People are standing around outside, roped off in a queue. Everyone is wearing their best dancing attire, high heels, form-fitting dresses, button-up shirts, and fancy slacks. Before we go in, I can already hear the oons of the music.
Not bad.
I'm actually impressed. The nightlife here in Flotsam isn't half bad. You choose a good little beach town, Diva. One of my favorite local DJs is playing here tonight, DJ Jazzy J. She's got the hottest beats back in the city. How lucky is it that she followed us out here? Extremely lucky. I honestly know nothing of the nightlife here. I think it was supposed to be nightlife. Nor back at home. Clubs aren't really much of my scene, but I'm willing to try anything to spend more time with Tanvi. You're so cute when you're out of your element. Let's get to it. She locks her arm around mine, and I can feel my core temperature rise. I think I'm ready to face the dungeon of sweaty, beautiful people, but there is one slight problem. How long do you think this line will take? Oh, my sweet innocent Diva. I don't wait in lines. Rule number 1 of life, nothing is worth waiting for. Take the initiative. You just gotta go out there and do it. But we can't just cut the line. That's illegal. We'll be thrown in dance jail. Don't think of it as cutting so much as advancing our own position. One more thing. What is it? I need you to muster all the confidence you have and look determined as You're wrong. You belong here. You deserve this. Like this? I put on my best steadfast face and fill my mind with nothing but resolute thought. I belong here. I deserve this. Simple and utter perfection. Tanvi leans in and kisses me on the cheek. Her lips are delicate yet compelling. Part of me wants to feel her kisses all over my body, right here and right now. With a newly inspired confidence, Tanvi leads me to the front of the queue. We approach the bouncer, the noble guardian of the club and fabled checker of IDs. He lifts a hand up to us and we stop. Tanvi simply holds out her card, smiling fiercely. We're with Jazz. I can't help myself, but I'm holding my breath in anticipation. The bouncer checks the ID, looks Tanvi once over, and then back to the ID, scrutinizing it with a grimace. It feels like forever, and I'm sure we're just going to get got. We'll be the laughingstock of the club as everyone laughs at us while we trek away, tears in our eyes. Shockingly, he gives us a gruff ugh and waves us in. Yeah, no, I would immediately go right back out. I wait until we're both a good distance inside the building before I let myself show my true emotions. I can't believe it. How did we... What just... I'm shouting over the booming oonst. It's pretty loud in here, and I think Tanvi can hear me. She laughs accordingly. Relax, Diva. Don't ask. Just accept how awesome we are. I nod in agreement. Before we get to dancing, let's get another drink. I look over at the bar area and there's a big crowd. All those people vying for the attention of the barkeep, most failing. Tanvi pushes her way to the front of the mass of the people. Easily locks eyes with the bartender. With a few motions of her hand and words, she surprisingly is headed back with me and a couple of drinks. I just got us their house cocktail. That was the easiest thing. I take the drink from her and we find a place at the far corner of the club. It's out of the way of most of the people and it's significantly more quiet over here. I take a sip of the cocktail. It's tasty. Not what I expected, though I don't actually know what I was expecting. But it's good. Tanvi and I continue to take sips of our drinks and exchange provocative glances. We are a mess of smiles, giggles, and looking away sheepishly. The music and the crowd are still too loud for us to properly have a conversation, but we don't need words to communicate. Tanvi smirks at me as she scoots in closer to me. She rubs her leg against my own. Delicately, she places a hand on my shoulder and leans over, talking into my ear. So, how are you holding up, Diva? You don't look overtly traumatized. Oh, I am. I am very traumatized. You have no idea. This is certainly one of the more exciting nights in recent history. Taking it all in, I'm feeling... 1 and 2 is great. I'm ready to hit the dance floor. Never. 3 and 4 is not good. I'm in way over my head. 5 and 6 is not bad. I'm taking it one step at a time. I rolled a 3. The booming, the pulsating, the flashing, it's all too much. My own thoughts are getting drowned out by the pulsating synthwave, and I already feel like I'm getting a headache. Nope. I'm afraid I can't take much more of it. I'm not a clubbing kind of person, I'm sorry. You gave it your all, Diva. Thank you for trying something out of your comfort zone to be with me. It means a lot to me. I'm just sorry, I'm not cool enough to hang. A smile cracks on Tanvi's lips, and she puts her hands atop mine. You are plenty cool enough to hang. Trust me. Would you like to go somewhere more secluded? Shall we take this outside? I'd like that very much. This is actually really very well done. We wave goodbye and good riddance to the loud music and the party lifestyle. What greets us is the serene sounds of the ocean, the soft cry of the waves clashing atop the sand, the delicate song of the breeze as it gently nips at our skin, the silence of the stars. Tanvi clings to my arm and we walk along the shore. For several minutes we say nothing, step by step, just enjoying the quietness of each other. We walk off the tipsiness from our drinks, the bebop of the club, the ache in our shoulders from the day. We disregard it all. In this moment, it's me and Tanvi. I wouldn't have it any other way. Tanvi leans gently into me and lays her head against my shoulder. Diva, ever since I have known you, you've treated me with respect. Of course I respect you, Tanvi. I mean, like, you treat me like actual real person. So many people treat me as if I'm some celebrity and just try to woo me for their own pride. Others just blatantly troll me because I'm a woman. I just want to be treated, well, like most people want to be treated. You do, Diva. So thank you. Once again, I can feel my heart quicken and my cheeks flush. The mood is perfect, and I just want to be even closer to Tanvi. I turn to face her, taking her hands in mine, our fingers intertwined, and I look her in the eyes. You're the best, Tanvi. Tanvi blushes and looks away hesitantly. I mean it. You truly are a queen among the rest. She looks back at me with a wild look in her eyes and a smirk on her lips. I can read her body language, and it's contagious. No words are needed to convey our desire as we both dive in. What? Okay, hold on. Give me a minute. Tanvi grabs at my clothes and pulls me in close. Finally, our lips meet, pent-up passion from months of wanting and waiting. My arms glide down her back as I embrace her, longing to feel her body up next to mine. Our kisses are a mix of delicate touches and forceful caresses, our lips slowly parting to make intense eye contact before delving back in. Our carnality is fierce, nothing keeping us apart. I litter kisses along her collarbone and I squeeze her hips. She nips on my neck, her hands grasping desperately on my back. Each of us takes turns leaning the other in thirsty display of affection. My mind is a blur, and all I can think of is the wonderful moon in front of me. It's heating up, but in a turn of events, Tanvi slows it down with a deliciously long kiss. Our lips linger until finally she parts from me, letting a heavy sigh fall from her mouth. Can I ask you something important? Of course. Can we just stay like this? What do you mean, like, stuck in this position forever? I'm sure eventually I would need to use my arm again. It helps me do things like write, cook, gaming. Tanvi laughs lightly. I mean, metaphysically, here in our current situation, we obviously are attracted to each other, but I'm not ready to jump into a typical relationship role of being partners. That's not exactly what I was expecting Tanvi to ask me, and frankly, I'm not quite sure how to take it. I was really hoping for more. I was really hoping for less. We can stay exactly like this. I'm still not sure I understand. We're gonna do this. Who would I be if I forced Tanvi into a situation she wasn't ready for? I am content just being able to have these wonderful moments to share with her. If continuing what we're doing brings you happiness, then let's keep doing exactly what we are doing. Thank you, Diva. Thank you so much for understanding. It's not that I don't want to be together with you. I do. I cherish you, and I love all the time we spend together. I'm just not ready for the label of being in a relationship or partner. I'm more in the mindset I'm going to take it one step at a time, enjoy our time together, and see how that blossoms. Ah, so this is more of a casual fling? No, not at all. I'm still dedicated to you, the only person I care for. I just want to take it slowly, have an open communication about what we're doing, and not put a label on it. We have a seat by the waves as I put my thoughts together. Why do her boobs get bigger every time art changes? I want to see the bottom of her skirt. It looks like there's a pretty design. I think I get it. Everything is still going to be the same. We're going at a slower pace, not going around saying so and so is my partner. Exactly. I've been hurt by too many people in the past, and right now I don't want to cook anything up going into this new experience with you. Pardon my ambiguity in the matter, this is just what feels right in the moment. I understand about being hurt in the past, and if this is what you need, I want to be the one by your side during this time. One quick other question? Shoot. If I'm not calling you my partner, what should I call you?
You may call me my queen, of course.
Wow. Hanvi throws her head back and laughs, breaking up the seriousness of the conversation. Something tells me she is only half joking and half being serious, and I can't help but laugh along too.
But seriously, whatever feels comfortable. The person I spend my time with romantically, physically, and emotionally works. We can reevaluate things as they continue to grow and as we continue to change.
Hanvi smiles warmly at me, and I smile back. She's so brave to talk openly about her feelings, and it makes me appreciate this moment even more.
Now, where were we before I interrupted our carnal conversation with words?
I rest my hand on Hanvi's cheek and kiss her gently. Right here. She leans into me, kissing me back, the tension beginning to mount again. And we spend the rest of the night entangled in each other's arms. I kind of want to know how the other relationships, if they also are just like, can we not put a label to this? Though I feel like that wouldn't be the case. I feel like maybe with Gavin it would be. Because Gavin's just like, well, technically I'm your boss and this is like against every single HR code on the face of the planet, but you know. And that's how Queen Bee and I found each other. I called our lunchtime party the high water mark, one perfect moment in time. But I was wrong. This was it. And in the difficult weeks ahead, I'd cling to that high water mark in hopes the wave would roll my way again. Level 5 Arcade Spirits completed. So far, you've scored 16,100 points. You're winning friends and influencing people. Oh, and pizza fact time. 3 of the top 10 weeks of pizza consumption occur in January. More pizza is consumed during the big game week than any other week of the year. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 6? Yep. Thank you for joining me for episode 5 of Arcade Spirits by Fiction Factory Games. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment letting me know what you like down below. Please no hate or spoilers, as I'm not above removing those comments and the people who make them. That's all for now, folks, and I'll see you next time. Sure enough, on sight and glance, I see the names and even little crayon duties